Seasonal depression is more common than you may think, and the holiday season can trigger depression for a number of reasons. Here with ways to manage your symptoms and get the help you need is mental health professional Calissa Ngozi. Calissa, what are the symptoms that you think of when talking about the holiday blues?
Well, I think everybody celebrates the holidays if they choose to in a different way. So our mental health is going to manifest differently. So for some people, it can be a sad time. Maybe it's memories of the loss of loved ones, maybe mental health challenges that they're suffering or going through themselves or with family members. So it's not always a fantastic time during the holidays. And I think as society, we forget that because a lot of times we package it up as it's Christmas, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it is, it's all those things. But it also can be a negative experience for some people. So we need to do our best to embrace that and help them through it.
That's great. And so what are some of the tools that folks can use to help manage some of those symptoms?
Well, I think the first thing is recognizing that there is a problem. And I think a lot of people are afraid with the stigma of mental health to say, I'm not okay. But in this world, it is okay to say that you're not okay. So one of the things that you can do is therapy. It's okay to talk to somebody that's not connected to you. Let them know those thoughts and feelings that you're going through, and they can give you those steps and tools to move forward. Another thing, it could be more involvement with family and friends, and recognizing that staying in your house might not be the best idea.
Right. And so for a lot of folks over the holidays, it's a really busy time, but for others, it's not. And so for those folks, what are some kind of ways that you can help your mindset to stay focused on the things you need to throughout the holiday season?
For sure. And I think it also is dependent on your own genetic makeup. Do you suffer from anxiety? If you do, then maybe going out in public is overwhelming for you. If you don't, there's a lot of activities, events across the region that are available to participate in. I know that Justin was on here a little while ago and he was talking about a Niagara Christmas.
Yes.
So that is happening at the Central Community Center this weekend on Saturday, December the 7th. So that is a great opportunity to meet new people, especially if you have kids, because 10 and under are free. Yeah. And just enjoy the music, the camaraderie, the crafts, the hot chocolate, all of those things.
Right.
I think additionally, if you go to the region's websites, there are a ton of activities. A lot of them are free that you can participate in. And I think it's just important to get out there and connect with people.
Yeah, so for folks who, might not have the means to buy, a $20 or $50 ticket to an event, like you said, there are a number of ways that you can find to be social through the holiday season and get out. I know colder temperatures, lack of sun, those can all contribute to depression. And so what are some ways to combat, that seasonal affective disorder, I guess?
Well, I'm not a doctor, but vitamin D, right? A lot of times our body lacks the ability to have vitamin D in the winter because it is now dark at like 4:45 p.m. You're starting to feel those negative feelings of it's cold, it's dark, I just want to be in my bed or in my home. We're not as engaged as we are in the spring and summer months. So I think being active is one thing that you can do, right? So going out for walks, even if it's in a mall where it's bright lit. That's free, right? Yep. You just need to get there. Maybe doing games and activities if you have a family together, playing Monopoly, playing Sorry, playing cards. Maybe it's starting new traditions, doing things like gingerbread houses, baking, whatever it is, being active emotionally, cognitively, and physically are going to help you in terms of that seasonal depression feeling.
Certainly, and I know definitely physical activity is a big part of mental wellness, but yeah, it's cold outside. So what are some of the things, mall walking you mentioned, do you have some other suggestions of ways folks can keep physically active during the cold winter months?
Absolutely. So if you're willing to venture out, there's a lot of gyms and there's cheap ones. They're not all expensive. If you can't afford that, that's fine because YouTube is free. So you can look up yoga, Pilates, meditation, workout routines, all of these things that you can do in the comfort of your own home.
Right. So we know holidays is a stressful time. It can bring on a lot of anxiety for a lot of people. What about, once the holidays are over, once we've watched the ball drop, if those kind of feelings are nagging and persisting, what do you suggest folks do if they're still feeling that post-holidays?
Well, I think what we're finding as well is the New Year's resolution, right? Everybody has something they want to accomplish come January 1st. So we're actually seeing, statistically speaking, people's mood peaks a little bit between that time of after Christmas and the beginning of the new year, but they have to maintain that feeling, and that's a difficult part. So I think recognizing your limits, not pushing yourself beyond what your boundaries are and what you're able to accomplish, and knowing that you're always going to be a work in progress. So maybe your resolution is, I want to eat healthier. I want to be more active. I want to spend more time with family and friends. Those are all fantastic initiatives, but if you're not consistent in completing them, then it's going to cause even more depression. So it's checking in with yourself and checking in with your people.
Okay. Thank you very much. Where can folks go to get some extra support if they need it?
Well, number one, I would say if you are struggling with mental health, call Coast. They are a fantastic resource.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks again for being on. Take care of yourself and the people around you this holiday season. Thanks for being here.